Welcome back. You have probably heard the term imposter syndrome bandied about, but what exactly does it mean? Here to tell us and to give some advice on how to tackle it is body-mind analyst Suzanne Masefield. Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning, Hayley.
So tell us what imposter syndrome is.
The imposter syndrome is basically, I call it duck paddling. So people appear really serene on the top, and underneath they're paddling like mad, and they often feel overwhelmed, like they're underperforming, but they don't want to show that. So there's this incongruence going on. So they don't really feel their true self.
So it's almost like you don't have the self-confidence you feel like you don't have the self-confidence or the skills to pull off a role that you might be in.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, this goes across the board. Stats from the International Journal of Behavioural Science says 70% of people experience this at least once in their life. And in the UK, they did a study, and 62% of people experienced this last year in their work environment.
Wow.
So it's really high. And it's about that pressure of having to be something when maybe you don't feel that you're fully into it. It's sort of like wearing a new pair of shoes, They hurt to start with. If you own it and sort of put some plasters on around the blisters, you grow into it. And being a human being in a new environment, that's what we're all experiencing all of the time. So there's a lot of different things that you can do about it, but first of all, you've got to recognise it and own it for yourself.
Are there some people more affected by this than others?
Yes, there are. 18 to 34-year-olds, 68% is very high, up to 86% of people in that age group. The people that suffer with it less, around 45 to 54, and men and women both suffer from it, but women it's a little bit higher, so it's sort of about 66% in women, 56% in men. So, it's across the board for different reasons as well.
Is there something in it, like maybe you don't have the skills, you aren't as qualified as you should be for a certain role? I mean, there could be something sort of based in reality.
Oh, totally, totally. I mean, and often, there's two things that come along. There's, we need to grow into something, so we need some skills. And the other thing is it could be, self-criticism, worrying about what other people think, how we take feedback, that type of thing. So we've really got to think about where we're focusing our energy so that we become a creator rather than feel like an imposter.
So if you do have this, and the stats say, of course, that many of you might have this, what can we do?
Okay, well, the first thing you want to do is focus on your own business. And what I mean by that is think about what you can do about yourself. Do you need upskilling? Do you need learning? Are you backing yourself? Own what's the problem. Stop worrying about what's in somebody else's business, what they're thinking about, whether they've criticised you, what their feedback is. Think about what does that mean for me and what do I need to do about it? Because while your energy's over with them, who's here? You can't do anything about that. And really, however great you are, you can't do anything about what anybody else thinks, really.
Absolutely. And I guess we sort of go through life, most of us go through life trying to please others and making sure that people aren't saying bad things about us. But do we have to let that go?
I think we really do. I think what we've got to do is think about what's my value. Do a list of the things that you're valuable for. It could be skills that you have, but it could be qualities. You're kind, or you turn up on time, or you acknowledge other people. It doesn't have to be really big things. And then write that down and keep it on your phone. So when you're feeling a bit nervous, you've got a record of it. It's quite important that. And also think about getting really clear expectations of what other people want from you. And set boundaries about what's realistic for you, because often we just say yes to everything, and we may not actually be ready for it or actually prepared.
Absolutely.
And then we're duck paddling all over the place.
Learning to say no was the most wonderful thing I learned last year. It was great.
It's really important.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Suzanne Masefield.
Thank you.
That's breakfast for today. We are back tomorrow morning from 6. Till then, hey, Cornada.
Kia kite.